Howdy partners, my name is Guy, this is Idlewave, and we're going to be going over the song Anymore today. Anymore started out as just a very sing-songy folk song that, kind of just brought it all together with an acoustic guitar and a howly vocal that just kind of does this thing. Where's that guitar? I wanted to go for a contrast to the other Idlewave songs that have been coming out where my vocal is very soft and sweet and doubled. I wanted to do the opposite of that with one very raw, just folk, not afraid of anything vocal. And this came out pretty cool because the way it works with when I do the sweet vocals, they make a nice harmony together. My feet in the comfort of a living room chair in the house you grew up in, and I'll still have family and friends all around me, while all of my sons won't. I forgot we got a bunch of oohs. You won't have to worry about me anymore. I am still scared of using fake drums, so I originally didn't want to have drums on this track, just wanted to do acoustic guitar keeping the beat, but then I put this beat to help guide me along through the song, and I was like, I don't hate the way it sits when I was listening back to it. Maybe I'll try putting some tape saturation plugins on it and making it sound good, and honestly, it sounds pretty cool. Does what my friend Peter calls the money beat, which I kind of dig. Interesting dry. Oh, aside from that. Still sounds alright for being computer processed drums, but I got an EQ going on here, just a very simple EQ. And then I got some of the purified audio compressor, which this thing rules. I think I got the sick ass room drums going on here. You could hear without. It gets a lot of beef in there, and then another compressor just to kind of level that out, just like the normal old reliable. And then I actually have a second EQ on here to get it like a tube mic sound, which I thought was very interesting. This kind of song, I couldn't fail with a lot of these things because I wanted it to sound a little like hissier and grittier. Still, like, I don't want that to be an annoying sound, but a lot of character is nice. I've been, might have got this idea from Jack Antonoff actually, of just like leaving a microphone on while you're walking around or doing the dishes or talking to your pet or whatever, and it kind of gives you this natural ambiance that you throw through the song. What am I saying here?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Let me just sit down and tell you something.
Yeah, just doing these little tags, and I like to do them in between vocals, or pretty much in between whatever space there's no vocals, kind of have this coming in and out. You have a lot of fun with automation too. I think on this one I threw a little bit of distortion in there just to get it like some grip behind it. And as far as instrumentation goes, not that much. I found this like synth sound, but it's a blown bottle key because I don't have like a jug to blow on. That would have been cool, but and that's just holding down certain melodic notes. Well, we got the piano. Thank you so much to Jackie for playing this part because this one got a little chunky for me to play, but just kind of following the melody line, and then the violin part also helping out those blown bottle keys sound. And then I have them slightly panned with the melody up front because the melody's coinciding with the vocal. And then shaker, that helps really drive it. Yeah, I like this instrumental a lot, actually. It fits with the acoustic guitar. Bass was really fun to track on this song. I knew right off the bat you can't be any knowledge of how to play rock bass, or pretty much the only bass I know how to play, had to be thrown out the window. And I thought about what would like a bluegrass player do. So I just kind of did my best. Keep that groove going. And then once the chorus hits, we get a little dancier. One of my favorite movies of all time is Walk Hard, and not only is the soundtrack to that so spectacular, but when you really think about the title track, it just does the Johnny Cash thing so well, and it just really embraces that power that this song had. I wasn't even thinking of this song when or I wasn't thinking of that song when I was writing this, but I always find it funny listening back. I'm like, probably a huge influence on doing something this side of the creativity for me. But what else we got in here? We got some cool. That's all panned pretty nicely, and then the end part, I have this thing, end vocals, and I have an end acoustic guitar. Because the original, I sing that loud part at the end, it just came out pretty shrill, in my opinion, the original take. So I wanted to cover it with something, but don't strip all its character away. So I ended up putting like a fake Leslie on it. Well, the acoustic just has some like crazy compression on it. Yeah, tamed acoustics from Purified Audio once again. And then this vocal has some interesting. Yeah, we got a Leslie cabinet through this drums preset, whatever that means. I was just playing with things. Another Purified Audio compressor. Just a studio effect compressor on here. Double EQ on a lot of this stuff, but I do like the sound of it. After I made this, I was working on another song, and I watched a interview with a famous producer, and they were saying that one of the tips today for new artists and producers is don't throw so many EQs and compressors on tracks, out of this philosophy that the original analog recordings, they only had one EQ and one compressor at a time for their mix bus. But I think it still comes down to when I'm learning what sounds the best and what feels the best for you. Also, if your software can handle it. This one, I really like how it came out, and I have these crappy little $8 headphones that I listen to pretty much everything through at some point to gauge like, this is what this sounds like through these type deal. And upon mastering this and then having this on Spotify, I will say this is one of my favorite mixes. After all the squashing and compressing, the way it comes through on those, additionally, like my car speakers, my speakers, whole 9 yards, it comes out pretty nice. And then the phone speakers, which I've been using a lot for mixing lately too. I think it does the job when it could come through these little crappy headphones nicely, and you kind of, I've been listening to things for a while on it, just kind of having a sixth sense for what things are supposed to sound like through that. And then finishing that all up, it came out super clean. This vocal processing, pretty cool. Just got a couple EQs, two compressors, fresh air, which is just like awesome. Even the littlest hint of fresh air like helps a lot. And de-esser, like nothing crazy. I'm noticing looking back at this mix now, there's kind of not too much timed effects going on filtering into the bus timed effects, which is good, which I did well on that looking at this now. But I'm gaining more confidence in the mixing, and I really appreciate everyone who's been sharing the song and all the kind words about it. I really love this song, and I love how I could just pick up an acoustic guitar at like a party and annoy people with this song or whatever the deal is. But thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and checking it out, and gonna roll out a lot more songs this year. So keep your ear to the ground on this one. Thanks.